Hi, my name is Whitney. I'm going to try my best to do this video and make it available on Canva. Sometimes I don't have the best of luck with that. But I'm really excited about the topic that I'm going to talk about today. It's mostly focused on food insecurity among military servicemen and women. How I found out about this is, and it might just be because I'm going to a conference called UAND for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and on their website, and I included it as my reference, it listed some really good things that dietitians can advocate for currently, and where the academy stands on that. And one of them was food insecurity among military servicemen and women. And how I found out about it was actually in another class when we were talking about advocacy, and that was something that kind of drew my attention that I wanted to look more into. So as I looked more into depth about it, it was pretty interesting. It was brought up, I believe several times, but it's part of the act called the Military Hunger Prevention Act. And it was brought into Congress, or presented in 2015. Then it was referred to the Subcommittee on Military Personnel, then the Subcommittee on Nutrition, and then the Committee on Armed Services. And there I thought it stayed for quite a while because it was there the last action that was recorded on congress.gov was February 15th, 2017, where it's just kind of stayed there ever since. And I thought that's kind of what happened to it, that it kind of had maybe either died or got forgotten about. But then I found a resource that talked about Congresswoman Susan Davis, and she represented the Military Hunger Prevention Act again last year to Congress. And one of her quotes I really liked said, "Those who make great personal sacrifices in service to our country should not have to struggle to provide regular nutritious meals for their family." And she went into depth how there are a lot of military families that are struggling to put nutritious food on the table because of their limited access to the government nutritional programs that have been made available. And as we've seen with like poverty and when things like that happen, we do tend to see that when food insecurity is there, that they buy more high calorie, less nutrient dense foods. And then it talked about how obesity among this population is also increasing as well. So not only is it a nutritional concern for like the families, but also for the military, as it does cost the government quite a bit of money to train these military servicemen and women, and also if they need to let them go, to find and replace them. So that's been a lot of money for the government. So they're hoping that by giving them access to these programs, that it can also save some money for the government in the end. But how that works is, had the question about why can they not access these benefits, and it's not that they can't access them, but there are some barriers, mostly in the way that SNAP acknowledges the compensation and allowances of the military, more in particular their housing. So especially the active military, if they are receiving housing from the government, then that is included as their income, which kind of prevents them from receiving SNAP benefits. So the bill, or the act, is to help lift some of those policy barriers so that they can have better access to these programs, and hopefully with the intention that they can be lifted out of food insecurity and also help with that obesity problem as well. Some facts that I found on that were some things that we already discussed and knew in class, that SNAP really has proven to help people. And Also, that you can see, although the military can receive food in commissaries, not all of military servicemen and women, especially the veterans, don't have access to these commissaries, but we know that they are in need of food because about $80.2 million was spent on commissaries for military when SNAP was only about 21 million, and that was from 2015, so a little bit older, but I don't think it will change very much, like the gap in between. So there's still a need to help them, especially since it was brought up again last year, and they really just need advocacy and for people to know about these people that have made such great sacrifices in the country for us, that we can kind of pay it back to them and help them in that way. So I definitely included my resources with this video, so if you want to look up the bill or the act, you are more than welcome to, or see where the Academy stands on that, as well as I posted the Congresswoman Susan Davis, her notes and what she presented to Congress as well. But if you have any questions, let me know, and I'm excited to learn all about what you guys are presenting as well.